All right.
dude.
So honestly, there is nothing better here than sharing a Bojangles biscuit with the Bojangles Champ. Cheers.
I took a bite out of mine already.
As well, you should have.
I have not ate since lunchtime. I ran 3 miles at the local Ramada. Hey, if you're ever in the area, stay at the Holiday Inn Express, not the Ramada. Anyway.
Well, if you'd have reached out earlier, I'd have told you that. But they used to have a good bar. And as a matter of fact, the Ramada is remodeled some, believe it or not. And they used to have a bar in there called Sassy's. That's the first bar I ever took my wife to. Talk about sleazy. But there was a room. I didn't know what she was into. You know, we could get a room. I can get you a $17 room, baby. Hey, it's why I roll. No, I'm just kidding. Well,
how long ago was this?
11 years ago. Yeah. My wife and I will be celebrating our 10-year anniversary in October.
You did not waste any time.
With what?
You said 11 years ago for the first date, and then y'all been married 10 years?
Yeah. Yeah.
Good Lord, son.
Yeah, we were engaged for, we were dating for 6 months, and then I proposed to her. And then we got married. She wanted to get married. We got married 7 months after the engagement. So she wanted a fall wedding and didn't want to wait a year and a half.
No kidding.
She knew a good thing when she had it.
you know, this man right here getting ready to bust his sleeves wide open. He was out in the garage here doing hammer curls. Swear to you, bro. He wanted to make sure them guns looked right.
Oh, no. Maybe back in the good old days, but, you know, I'm 43 now, so things are a little different.
He looks good for 43, folks. I promise you. Skin's butter smooth.
You got a smooth Benjamin coming your way after this, buddy.
I speak no lies. And I'm sorry if I'm chewing in your ears.
Don't worry about it.
This is the first time I have ate since it is officially 6 o'clock, and I have not ate since noon. And
noon today or noon yesterday?
Noon today, and it was a protein bar.
So, speaking of eating, do you ever, being the Bojangles Champ, okay, and for those of you, a little background story, we'll get into all that, but on the previous episode here of Sips, Trips, and Flicks, we get into it a little bit. Look at that spinning thing right there.
She's beautiful.
So, being the Bojangles Champ, you have to be in shape.
Oh, absolutely, dude. That's what people don't realize. They think that being a spokesman, and yes, I am a brand ambassador for Bojangles. Bojangles paid for these sunglasses. They paid for the custom suit. They paid for the custom shoes that I had on. And if you, like you said, if you'd seen the previous episode, you know I got on custom shoes. I've even got on custom Cajun filet socks, son. I'm not playing here.
It's a beautiful thing.
It absolutely is. You don't mess around with stuff like this. You don't want to lose this championship because it means the world to me. It means the world to me.
So not only are you the Bojangles Champ, but you're not a professional wrestler, correct?
Correct. Now I can fight, bro. I've been in plenty of ditches rolling.
With some folks.
Absolutely. I was going to use another word, but I don't curse.
That's right. I know. You're a champion that was sober up until about 35 minutes ago for over a year.
Correct.
And you don't cuss.
Correct.
You know what that means?
What's that?
You got to watch out for you. You some sort of warrior. The man don't drink and he don't cuss. He's 100% whoop ass.
100% I am, bro. I don't mess around when it comes to this belt. I do not.
So, is there an aspiration to become a wrestler? Is that like in the plans? Is it in the cards?
So, before COVID, right, and you know where COVID. Before COVID, I was doing a bunch of independent stuff with Gouge Pro Wrestling. Check them out. If you're in North Carolina, they do free independent wrestling shows. Absolutely amazing. Check them out. Gouge Wrestling. I did some stuff with them. Seymour Snot, Waylon Mays. Absolutely amazing independent wrestlers. Local to the Raleigh area. Check them out. Can't put them over enough. I did stuff with them. Was going to get into it. Then when COVID hit, obviously things didn't follow through like I thought they were going to. And then I realized I am 38 years old and I can't move like I used to. Yeah. And I don't want to mess up their real job.
Correct.
So, yeah, now I just do a bunch of managing.
So, I want to back up real quick. Did you say somebody's name Seymour Snot?
Seymour Snot, absolutely, brother.
I mean, I want to know what this guy looks like. Can you describe Seymour Snot to me?
He is what he calls himself, the mathlete, bro. He is 100% a nerd. You know how, you remember the nerds at school.
Yeah.
This dude shows up with a button-up shirt. The dude's jacked. He got the cut sleeves off of him. Pocket protector. He's got the glasses that are taped up. he comes out, and when he has a championship,
Mm-hmm.
he puts it in a Red Rider wagon and rolls it to the ring. The
Stop
bro's
it.
100% a nerd. He's the mathlete. He is absolutely amazing.
And where's this?
This is right up your alley, though. This is what y'all don't understand is if you've heard of Gouge, obviously you've heard of Gouge if you know me.
Mhm.
But Gouge, they do free wrestling shows.
Okay.
The reason why they're free, they go to breweries. They set up a ring
Stop
at a
it.
brewery, and then hopefully the people will come watch free wrestling
Right.
and buy a bunch of the brewery beer, which
Right.
they usually have about 200 people at the show. It's
outta
absolutely
here.
Oh, dude, absolutely amazing.
But they can also, I'm sure the wrestlers have their merchandise that they can sell, so they'll make some money off of it.
Oh, they get paid. The wrestlers get
Okay.
paid. My understanding is they get paid for being there, and then obviously they have merch tables or whatever. Buy several Seymour Snot shirts. I got like 6 of them. Can't have enough. Love you, Seymour. But yeah, that's straight up. That's the deal, bro. I mean, how you're in North Carolina.
Mm-hmm.
You got wrestling and beer. What else would you want?
Well, basketball. There's about the 3 things. Well, I don't know. There's Tar Heels, but we won't go down that road yet. So how is it? So you're 38 years old.
Mm-hmm.
You have no professional wrestling background.
Mm-mm.
Amateur wrestling.
Mm-mm.
Okay.
I know how to fight, though.
Yeah, you know how to fight, which is helpful.
I promise you, I've been in some knockdown dragouts before. I can't talk about them.
That's
I
right.
ain't lost one yet.
There's still some litigations. We can't speak about it. Not out loud. I plead the fifth. So how in the world does all of that not happen, and yet you end up being a champion?
Because when you love a brand as much as I love Bojangles, and if you don't think I don't love Bojangles, you don't know me. If you see my Instagram and my Twitter, you will know that I'm all about Bojangles. They love me, and they show their love by giving me. Not only do I have this championship belt, but when I'm actually able to tell you the whole story, I'll show you the original Bojangles Championship. I actually have that here with me as well.
So let me ask you, okay, how did Bojangles find you? Because I imagine you didn't look like this in the beginning.
No, absolutely not. Absolutely not.
So how did we get here?
Oh, man. So how far do we want to go back?
Well, I mean,
go all the way to the beginning?
We got a case of hard sweet tea. So
and all night, brother. All night long. So
go ahead.
So let's be honest. All right. I've actually made a tweet and a post on Instagram not too long ago. Have you seen the dominoes where the guy standing? It's a guy, and he's got a little itty bitty domino at the beginning, and then it goes up to a bigger, and then it goes up to like a 6 foot tall domino.
I've not seen this.
All right, that's a meme.
Okay.
And if you're familiar with memes, you know they're all over the internet. Anyway, so I made this meme, and this is how it really started. So Bojangles came to my hometown in Roxboro, North Carolina. I was probably 7, 8, 9 years old, somewhere along in there. And my grandmother absolutely loved them. Loved them so much that for every Christmas, I would actually buy her $20, $40, $60, $70, $80 worth of gift cards. One year I bought her 120 because I forgot I had bought her some gift cards.
Oh, that's the best.
And I went back and bought her some more. And so then I had a stack of gift cards to give my grandmother. She was like, this is too much. I'm like, well, you're taking it because...
Right. Your grandma.
Yeah. Loved the ham biscuits. So that's where she would take me to breakfast.
Okay.
Bojangles. Sometimes she cooked me pancakes. Sometimes we go to Bojangles. So as I got older, the favorite place to hang out for everybody in high school?
Bojangles.
Every Thursday, Bojangles. I had a Cajun filet biscuit or a Supreme dinner every Thursday.
Every
Thursday. That's just the way we roll. So as I got older, kind of got into a career or whatever, kind of started making fitness a priority, kind of realized that, hey, you know, when I started this job, I was about 260 pounds.
You were 260?
265 actually. I was like, you know what, if I want to make myself healthy, successful, live a long, happy life, got to lose some weight.
Sure.
I got down to 174 pounds.
Oh!
So picked up a little bit of weight over time, got up like 185, 200. I'm awesome 210 right now.
Okay, I was going to guess 215 with the suit on.
That's
right.
That's a whole, bruh, let me tell you something. You think there's a whole lot of breast in these Cajun fillets, you ought to see the chest of the chicken champ. It ain't nothing but beautiful white meat here, baby. So, anyway, me and my ex-wife, God bless her, love her to death, wonderful woman. She It's like, hey, let's me and you lose weight together.
Mhm.
You know, I was like, all right, I'm good with that. You know, I need to, you know, I was getting a little heavy,
Yeah.
getting older or whatnot. I said, but here's the deal. We're going to do a cheat day once a week on Sunday after church. We're going to Bojangles. I said, ain't no ifs, ands, or buts about it. I'm going to have my fried chicken.
Right.
If you grow up in the South, you got to have your. My grandmother, every Sunday, when we would leave for church, would fry fried chicken in the cast iron.
skillet.
Yeah,
Yep.
absolutely. Cast iron skillet. The same skillet for probably 70 years.
Yep.
She'd fry it, cut it off, cover it in aluminum foil, come back home from church, crank that bad boy wide open.
Mm.
It would soak in all that. Oh,
Deliciousness.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Can't beat it. Bro, I got to have my fried chicken, man. Got to. So I said, every Sunday, we're going to have our fried chicken. I
Right.
don't care if it's a Cajun filet. I don't care if it's supreme. I don't care if it's a tailgate special. You giving me my fried chicken. And she good with it, too.
Right.
So I collect championship belts. So we talked about Gouge.
Yeah.
So Gouge, I actually provided Gouge with some wrestling belts or whatever.
Okay.
So I collect wrestling belts. Absolutely love them. I've loved them since I was like 13, 14 years old. When I first started watching wrestling, I wanted to collect wrestling belts. So that's what I did. So I amassed a good collection. I probably, at this time in 2017, I probably had maybe 15 belts.
Like legitimate real belts.
Yeah, legitimate.
Them joggers ain't cheap.
No, they're not. They're not.
Even back then.
No. You're talking about I was paying anywhere from $1,500, $1,600, $1,700 for the cheapest ones. And right currently I have 36. So
do the math.
Yeah, absolutely. So
You got an insurance policy on those?
Should. I probably should.
Yeah.
Excuse me. I've got to have a delicious
Go ahead.
bite
I'm
of this
diving in myself.
delicious Cajun filet.
By the way, this is the first appetite show we've drank and eaten.
Hey,
So,
that's what's up.
That's it.
If you've never had a Cajun filet, then you are missing out and you are not my friend. Anyway, excuse me for chewing.
You're good.
So, every Sunday after church, we would go and we would take, I would take one of my belts and I would take, and excuse me, I'll have to wipe my face with my custom Bojangles napkin here. We would take a belt, I would take a picture, and I would say something like, Bojangles, the world's champion of chicken. Something to that effect.
Right.
You know, nothing real wordy or whatever, but it looks good.
Yeah.
You take like this wrapper because you see, I'm going to dump crumbs all over my poor man's floor. I'm going to put them on the table.
There you go.
See that wrapper? My suit is the same way.
The suit literally matches the wrapper.
100%. So I would take that and I would post that picture and I would say that. Well, I've got a pretty good social media following. I've got a couple thousand followers, which ain't bad for a little podunk boy from North Carolina.
Mm-hmm.
So I would post those pictures, and lo and behold, people would retweet, like. Then it got to be, well, people that have, you know, because Bojangles at the time, which they are expanding, Bojangles at the time was primarily North, South Carolina, Tennessee. You know, I know there's one in Pennsylvania, in Reading, just one. You know, it was primarily a Mid-Atlantic South thing.
Right.
So, you know, my Twitter followers are from all over the world.
Yeah.
They never heard of Bojangles. So people would fly into the Charlotte airport, Terminal B9.
Yeah.
And they would go to Bojangles, and they would tag me in a picture with them getting Bojangles. Jay-Z, I saw Bojangles. I thought I had to get it. Jay-Z, they might be coming from Texas, coming through Tennessee. Oh, it's all Bojangles. I had to try it. Dude,
Right.
It's off the chain. Appreciate it. It got to be doing that to 80 to 100 times a month. So it got out of hand. Like, I'm like,
this is getting out of hand here.
Like, don't get me wrong. I love Bojangles food, but I was like,
Sure.
You know, when you live in a small local community, you don't really think, well, they don't have Bojangles in California.
That's right.
They don't have Bojangles in Texas. They don't have, in Sweden. I'm just thinking of places where people have been and tagged me. So, you know, I was like, this is pretty cool. So then one day, Bojangles started following me. I was like, hey, that's what's up. Jay-Z, hey, we see what you're doing. We appreciate it. You're really a super fan. I'm like, yeah, I mean, I'm sorry. I like good food. My bad.
Right.
It's delicious.
It's delicious.
You know, I would have abs if it weren't for Bojangles. So, Which I'm fine. Bojangles over abs every day, twice on Sunday.
That's right.
So, so continued on. They were like, they would like my posts, retweet them. Well, then out of the blue one day, they're like, "Hey, what are you doing on?" I think like the first one was like April. I wish I could remember off the top of my head. 2018. It was in April, and they were like, "We want you to come down and tour the headquarters."
Oh, so they actually had you come to the headquarters.
Oh, yeah.
Sweet.
Like,
So where's it located?
Charlotte, North Carolina, near South Park.
Okay.
South Park. I think it's near South. At the time,
South
it's near
Park.
South Park.
Yeah,
that's right. Because I was like, that's the cartoon. So I went and I was like, all right, I can do that. So couldn't get off work because it was kind of short notice or whatever. So I continued on, and they hit me back up. They were like, well, does this date work? And I'm like, they ain't gonna stop. They want me to come down there for sure. Yeah, let me take off work. So I took off work. It was June 28th, 2018. Took off work, spent the night at a hotel close by. Went down.
Not named Ramada.
Not named Ramada. Nothing again. I don't know how all the other Ramadas are. The poor girl I'm talking to right now, I told her I was staying at the Hampton, and then I pulled up and I was like, oh, it's Ramada. Oh, I forgot. I don't want her to think less of me.
Right.
Don't stay at Ramada. Unless Ramada's going to give me a championship belt, I ain't staying at the Ramada ever again. Great people to work there. They're super nice.
Oh, yeah, they're
me.
nice.
But my God, I got to get a tetanus shot when I leave.
Promise you. Brought you on sheets.
I should have. They brought the bed bugs and I brought the sheets. So me and the ex-wife went down there. I pull up. First thing I see, a Hummer. And the Hummer's wrapped like a Cajun filet biscuit.
Oh, come on.
So I took pictures with that. I brought my own belt with me.
Okay.
Now it wasn't a Bojangles belt, but I brought my own belt with me because that's my deal, dude.
Well, that's your
it's
thing.
Like, hey, I've got a championship belt. I want to take some pictures, flexing over some biscuits.
Right.
Looking only as good as I can look.
That's right.
And chilling, whatnot, taking pictures with the employees or whatever. So I'm out in the parking lot taking pictures with the Hummer. It's H2, wrapped like a Cajun filet. Then there's a Tahoe out there wrapped, and it was just like a generic ad on it with like Cajun filet biscuits and whatnot. So then we walk up, and I pull on the door. The door is locked. I'm like, maybe I'm in the wrong place. I can't be far.
But can't be far.
No. So then a lady buzzes me. She said, Jay-Z. I was like, hey, what's up? She's like, hey, you want to come in? I'm like, yes, I'm here. She's like, all right. So she buzzes the door, and I come on in, and they roll out the red carpet. And there's a bunch of people there waiting for me. They're social media people. The vice president over marketing was there. I wish I could remember his name. I can't remember his name. So they walked me on in. They're like, well, we want you to see what the headquarters looks like. So I bust up in there, walking around, and I look, and there's a full-scale restaurant. Think about your Bojangles. It's a full-scale restaurant inside of there. Seats, chairs, just set up like the inside of a restaurant, kitchen, and everything like that. I'm like, this is pretty cool, whatever. Well, they got the fountain drinks there like you do, coffee, the sweet tea, all the sweet tea you could drink, all their coffee you could drink. I'm like, I am in heaven. So I'm chilling. We're just sitting at a table in the restaurant. They were like, well, we want you to see the rest of the place. So they walk us through. I meet some of the other corporate employees there in Charlotte and chit-chat with them. And they said, well, why are you here? Do you want to learn how to make biscuits? I'm like, yeah, absolutely. I want to learn how to make biscuits. So they actually flew in their top biscuit maker.
For you.
For me.
They flew in the secret sauce maker. For Jay-Z.
100%. I'm like, are y'all serious? Like, yeah, y'all flew in somebody just for me? No, we want you to have a good time. I'm like, well, I'm happy, bro.
I'm having a great time.
Yeah. When am I going to eat some chicken? Well, we're going to get there.
Where's that chicken at?
Yeah, so we go in, and this lady teaches me and my ex-wife how to make biscuits. So eating the dough and rolling it out, buttering it up. And they've actually got a chart of 43 different things that you have to look at your biscuit. Like, is it too brown? Is it too much butter? Is it not cooked good enough? Is it thick enough? I mean, there's 40
There's a science to it.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. And this girl's looking at everything, and she's like, "Well, this is what you did wrong with your biscuits.
Oh,
Her
shit.
biscuits are perfect. Yours are messed up." So my ex-wife made better biscuits than I did. And I promise you, she did, because hers were. We'll get to that. So we get done making the biscuits or whatever, and they've got just stacks of sauces. I'd never heard of Bo's sauce, which is discontinued to the disgrin of a lot of people.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
My wife's one of them.
Yeah, don't worry, I get DMs all the time. Can you do something about Bo's sauce? I'm trying, folks.
I'm
I
working
promise.
on it.
I want to bring it back, just so people leave me alone.
I'm only one man.
Yeah, that's right. The honey mustard is where it's at, not the Bo sauce. So anyway, we make the biscuits or whatever. And they bring us into a room, and it's a big old long table in this room. Big old long table, and it's got the menu board at the top, and it's cycling through the menu or whatever. So they bring us our biscuits. We end up making maybe like 36, 40 biscuits. I can't remember. It was a bunch of biscuits that we made, because you make a whole batch or whatever.
Right.
And the biscuit maker made a batch. So anyway, they bring us our biscuits that we made. Like I said, my ex-wife's were absolutely delicious. Mine were okay. Definitely not as good as hers, but I don't cook. So they come in, and they bring in a platter, and on the platter is our typical meal that we would order from. They knew what we would get from Bojangles. It was the Cajun filet, with cheese, honey mustard, fries, large sweet tea. They knew.
Damn.
They knew exactly what we would get and brought it to us. And instead of, it was just the meat and everything, and then we would put it on our biscuit. Absolutely amazing. So me and the ex are sitting there eating, chit-chatting with the social media people, whatever, and then they bring in a bag. It's got Cajun filet shirts, a bunch of sauces, $300 gift cards, a thank you note. I'm trying to think what else was in there. There's a bunch of sauces. My God, there was so many sauces. T-shirts, gift cards. I wish I could think of everything it was, because I've got so much stuff from them. So then, I'm sitting there trying to eat my biscuit, bro. It's warm.
Yep.
I want it hot.
Of course.
I mean, nobody wants a stale biscuit. Sorry, I want some fries.
Go ahead.
I'm going to eat them just like this so y'all can see the logo. Delicious.
They are delicious.
Seasoning.
That's where it's at.
They had the seasonings in there too. Had 3 things of seasoning thrown in there too.
Really?
Oh yeah.
And depending on what time you hit Bojangles, whoever the seasoned person is, they either really good or they ain't good.
Or they need to be fired.
Right.
Now the Roxborough Bojangles used to be, if you would go inside, they had the seasoning cup sitting right there next to the. Oh yeah, so you go in, and then if you know the right person, I got my girl. Honey, I ain't ratting you out. Promise you, sweetie. When I go get mine, I might get a bow size. I might get a regular size. She's going to give me my bow size large tea regardless of what I order.
Right.
And then she's going to take the bag, and she's going to dump fries all up in the bag. The bag will be halfway full of fries. She hooks me up. If I get a Supreme dinner, I'm going to roll that with 3 or 4 honey mustards. Girl love me to death. I don't know if you'll ever see this, but I love you, honey.
That's right. Oh, she'll see it.
Oh,
she's going to see it.
I ain't no snitch. You ain't getting no trouble with your manager.
Nope. Ain't even telling you who you are.
So
it's good to be the champ.
Yeah, absolutely wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. I'm sorry eating a mouthful with Bojangles.
No, you'll be fine. So you're sitting in there. They bring out exactly what you want to eat. Got you to the T. Literally to the T.
Absolutely. Like, anybody can order a Cajun filet. And I don't know how it is in Statesville. Yeah. You ever had a Cajun filet with cheese on it?
Never.
No. You ever had a Cajun filet with bacon, egg, and cheese on it? Never. You're slacking, son. You need to try it. That is the Champ's biscuit right there. It's what I have for my birthday every year. Cajun filet, bacon, egg, and cheese.
No kidding.
I'm sorry I'm eating with my mouth full.
So will they so if I tell them, they know what to do?
They do in Roxborough. When I pull up, they know the deal, bro.
They know the deal. So it's interesting. We have two places here in Statesville, and one always burns the chicken breast. I don't know what they're doing over there at the Walmarts, but every time I get this old thin, dehydrated, anorexic chicken.
No, you
can't go over there.
Now, let me tell you what I learned about Tennessee. And I don't know why it's like this in Tennessee. But I went to Nashville, Tennessee for StarCast. I don't know if you're familiar with that. StarCast is a professional wrestling convention that my buddy Conrad Thompson puts on. If you end up professional wrestling, check him out. Ad-free shows. Great guy. One of my best friends in the world. So anyway, he does a podcast with Ric Flair, Bruce Pritchard, Tony Schiavone, Eric Bischoff. If you know professional wrestling, you know those names.
I love Tony Schiavone. That's what I referenced earlier.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Tony's a sweetheart of a man. I got his phone number. I'll let you talk to him. I went to StarCast in Nashville last year. I knew I was going to be busy hustling that day.
Yeah.
Had my suit on or whatever. Rolled up in there. I said, I want a Cajun filet, bacon, egg, and cheese. You want what now? Cajun filet with bacon, egg, and cheese on it. I don't care if you charge me for the biscuit, both biscuits, and throw some. I don't care.
Right. That's what I want.
I want all that meat and cheese between two of y'all's delicious biscuits. We got you. I looked at that thing. That biscuit was that tall. That thing was big enough to have a birth certificate. So I'm watching this poor lady wrap this thing up. I'm like, holy crap. Why is it so big? Because, now the Cajun filet, the breast is a good size. But if you get a Bo's chicken sandwich, I don't know if you had one of those. It's a bigger breast.
Right.
It's a bigger piece of meat on the Bo's chicken sandwich as a Cajun filet. Well, in Tennessee, that's what they do. They don't do Cajun fillets like that. They just do the Bo's chicken sandwich, and then all those same things go in the Cajun filet.
Oh, shit.
Oh, my God.
Y'all do it different around here.
Yeah. Well, I wasn't mad at it.
Yeah.
I wasn't mad at it at all. But that sandwich, I had a picture of it. If I could find it, I'll send it to you. You can post it up.
Yeah.
Or whatever. But it was absolutely intense, and I never forgot where I was going with this story. Anyway, let's backtrack back to
yeah. So you were saying that you'll order that they will actually make it for you.
Correct.
If not, you just tell them what you want.
Correct.
And they will do it.
Absolutely. They typically, when I roll into my Bojangles, they know what the deal is. They'll know. It's pretty much to the point I can hold up one finger for a Cajun filet combo. I can hold up two for a Supreme dinner, fries, sweet tea, and honey mustard. They know the deal.
They know the deal. So you're at the headquarters. Yep. You're eating. So after you have your meal, what happens?
Even after. Ain't even after. I got about this much Cajun filet left, if y'all can see here, of my biscuit that I made myself. And the vice president or whatever he was of marketing comes and he gets me. He's like, hey, Jay-Z, I'm such and such, and I'm sorry I can't remember your name, but I can't. He said, I got one more thing I need to show you before y'all roll out of here, as kind of like an appreciation deal. Appreciate you coming out or whatever. I was like, well, I mean, I'm at y'all's will. We ain't got nowhere to be, Right. So we walk out. Me and the ex walk out of this room and walk across the hall to a conference room.
Yeah.
Conference rooms look like big wide open space up front, room sat full of people. Well, Jay-Z mosey on to the back of the room, and this dude's standing at the front at a podium. And on top of this podium is a yellow cloth. I can't tell anything about it other than this yellow cloth on top or whatever. It looks nice. And I'm looking at it and I can tell it's something underneath the cloth.
Yeah.
And I was like, but that's a plaque or something. They probably going to give somebody an award or whatever. I don't know what the deal is.
Right.
So he calls attention to the meeting or whatever. I'm in the back or moseying on to the back. And he says, Jay-Z, you're up here up front with me. I'm like, well, what? What did I do?
Whoa, wait a minute now.
Yeah, no, I don't know what's going on here. He said, no, come on up here. So then he starts giving this spiel. And this is when I find out that, 80 to 100 people a month are tagging me in Bojangles and things. And I'm like, all right, well, that makes me sound like a stalker. And
right.
So they continue on, and he divulges some personal information about me that I'm like, So then I kind of put it together. All right, y'all been talking to my friends or whatever. So that's okay. So my friends knew what the deal was. They go through all that, and they say, well, you know what? And he puts his hand on the cloth. He says, if you're going to be the Bojangles Champion, you got to have the Bojangles belt. Picks up that cloth. If you'll hand me that. And right here was the original Bojangles Championship.
Oh, how cool is that, man?
And this right here is the belt that started it all. And I don't know, y'all folks might be able to zoom in or whatever. The Cajun Filet Spinner. It's got the old Bojangles logo on it right there. Red croc backing on it, whatever. And this right here is the belt that they gave me. And honestly, I was in shock. I was like, are they going to let me take this thing home?
Yeah,
mine
well,
or
sure.
whatever? And he was like, yeah, this is yours. This is yours to take home. And I was like, you have got to be kidding me. And what, folks, what you don't, if you don't collect wrestling belts, you probably don't know. But this is about a $2,000 belt.
That is crazy.
It is a dual plated, real leather. The spinner is a whole nother deal. And it's hard to tell there's a Cajun filet biscuit on there, but that's what's on there. And I have traveled with this thing from, let's see, Nashville, New Orleans, Las Vegas, Orlando, Washington, D.C., Pennsylvania. I've been a whole lot of places with it.
With your belt?
Yeah, this belt would travel with me everywhere.
How cool is that,
So,
man? That's legit.
Oh yeah, she's cool.
I mean, I love the alligator skin on the back.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And it's also my picture on the leather, so that way if somebody ever jacks it, I can say, my name and face is on
it. And so that's the crazy part. So now you're never going to be able to shave your beard.
No, well, that one's got a goatee on it, but yeah, yeah. I'm
Still
ugly
cool,
with
man.
or without the beard.
Dude, this is so cool. You know, if you're not into, I mean, you don't even have to. It does. It has your initials on the back. Ooh, I like this little skull with the wings on the side too. That's pretty sweet. You know, as a kid growing up, you know, I always loved the old school Ric Flair belt that from was it WCW?
The big gold.
The big gold nugget. It was like a big old gold nugget. You know, to me that was always awesome. The WWE belt was cool too, but also I always thought the United States Heavyweight Championship belt was always cool too, and that's what this black here kind of reminds me of, with it being separated.
And you bring up the big gold belt. Conrad, my buddy, actually owns the big gold belt.
Now, not the original.
The original. The one used from 1986 to 2000. I'm a belt nerd, folks. I'm sorry.
Now, how in the world did he?
I can't tell you that story, bro.
But you know what I'm saying? I mean, of all the wrestling historians and just the superstars, you would think Ric Flair would have that belt.
You would think.
Or you would think Sting would have had that belt, or
think.
somebody.
Well, I'm going to tell you, a wrestler had it. And most of the people out there know the story. A wrestler had it, and Conrad was able to purchase it off of him.
Really?
Yes, sir. 100%. I got pictures with me with it and my Bojangles Championship.
That's a piece of history.
It absolutely
That's wrestling
is.
history.
It absolutely is. It's a beautiful belt. 100%. And the original Dome Globe, I don't know if you're familiar with the NWA.
Oh, yeah.
That one's in Triple H's office.
Is it really?
Yes, sir. 100%. 100%.
I did not know
those
that.
are those are the few belts that were actually used for long periods of time. When you talk about the Winged Eagle and stuff like that, there were multiple copies of that belt used, where this one was used for, the big gold was used from 1986 to 2000.
I'll be damned. And then they switched.
Then they switched to an all gold copy.
Now, what does gold copy mean?
So it was a cast copy. They made cast of it.
Okay.
And gave 5 copies out. Diamond Dallas Page, Kevin Nash, Scott Steiner. I think WCW kept a copy. And I think there was one more. Maybe Hollywood Hogan had it, I think.
Probably.
I think that's who got the other copy. And so they had an all gold copy. And if you watch when WWF bought WCW, they had the gold copy instead of the original. I'm a nerd, bro.
That's good.
Dual plated means it is silver with gold over top of it.
Okay.
So the original was a sterling silver hand carved belt that was then plated with gold over the high rise places. I know way too much about belts. It was actually made by a rodeo belt buckle maker in Reno, Nevada, by the name of Crumrine, and it was hand carved.
Get out.
Yes,
Damn,
sir.
you do know a lot about these belts.
I do.
Yeah, the only other belt that I've always liked is Rocky's belt that he puts on Apollo's grave in Rocky IV. I've never seen another one of those.
I want one so bad.
I know.
I do too.
You know
that red, white, and blue strap.
Yes,
on it, yeah.
and it had the pictures of these boxers on the sides over here.
Yep.
I always thought that belt was underwhelming for what it was, but it was also perfect.
The ring. It's the ring boxing championship is what it is. So what pissed me off, and I did not realize this till this year, but if you watch Rocky 1,
Yeah.
Apollo Creed never has a championship. He is, now you go back and watch, he is the world's heavyweight champion of boxing.
Yeah.
But he never shows
the belt.
in Rocky 1. Go back and watch it. If I'm wrong, folks, but I'm fairly confident that there's never a belt. Now, Rocky 2, there is the belt.
So do you think that was just an oversight?
Probably. But like I said, I'm a belt mark. I'm a belt nerd. I pay attention to stuff like that. That's how you know Rocky won't go win the first one. They didn't have a belt.
They didn't have a belt. Damn. If we'd have just been paying attention, it was like, hey, this sucker ain't going to win.
Yeah.
He ain't got no belt.
No belt.
What's he going to raise at the end?
Nothing. Adrian. We got Adrian's thong in there. No.
I didn't think they had thongs in the 70s, did they?
I'll have to. Let me call my mom. I'll ask her.
Don't ask your mama.
Vote for Bush.
So, that's a whole, yeah. Speaking of, I was just
I don't want to get into politics. I'm sorry.
No, I was thinking more, I thought you meant like pubic hair bush.
No,
and like, when did that go out?
I don't know.
You know?
I told you the story about when I was 21.
That's right. When the rubber met the road, so to speak.
Isn't one way?
Yeah. So in my world that I do as a profession, I don't ever talk about here on the show, but I work with certain people and do certain things. And I've traveled all over the world literally to do it. And one certain person looked at me with the dead serious face. And he goes, he's an older gentleman. He goes, seriously, what happened to the pubic hair? It's not just young people, old people. It's all gone. And I was like, I don't know.
That was before my time, bro.
I don't know.
I don't have a clue.
You should ask around.
Yeah.
I don't know. But it obviously lets me know that you got a bush downstairs. Where'd it go?
Was it? And this is a deep, deep cut. Was it Boyce?
Boyce?
Oh, you don't know Boyce? Mm-mm. That's Neil's friend.
Oh, no. Wasn't him. Wasn't him at all. No.
that is a deep. I'm sorry. That's a complete inside joke. My apologies.
So we'll get out of the trimming the bush, and we'll jump back over to the story. So they give you the belt, and then so you leave there. So were they like, hey, just keep up the good work, do what you are doing, or so how did the suits just end up in the mail? Like, how does that work?
So I had an idea, and they legitimately thought that I was going to take it home and put it on my shelf like I would my other belts.
Yeah.
Nay, says me. That is not how I roll. Never have rolled that way. I was a class clown in school, 100% wide open all the time. So I was like, I've got an opportunity here to do something cool. Yeah. So my ex-mother-in-law takes me to Kohl's, the department store where you buy good clothes cheap, which ought to be their motto. That should be. Yeah. So I'm rolling around and I see a pineapple suit. And I'm not talking about like a suit that's a pineapple. It's a suit that is covered in pineapples. It is loud. I love it. It is like a bright green, yellow, and blue.
It's singing to you.
No, absolutely. I snatched it, went to the changing room. I put it on and I was like, oh my God, I want this today. Next to it was an American flag suit. Ooh. And I am a huge fan of America, and I'm a huge lover of the American flag. So I was like, I need that one too.
Right. Let me go ahead and snatch that one. I'm going to
snatch them up and buy them. But my ex-mother-in-law was like, it's your birthday, you ain't buying anything. I will buy those for you. I was like, all right. Okay. They're Oppo suits. OPPO suits. I can spell suits. I just trying to save time. So I snatched them up. I got back to the house. I was like, oh. And they fit like a glove. So then I started just wearing the suits and the belt. Okay. Or whatever. And I'm like, this is pretty cool. I did some wrestling managing a couple of guys, James Anthony, a bunch of local independent people. Seymour, Whalen, all that mess. Had a good time with it. And the suit, obviously, if you know anything about professional wrestling, you want your stuff to be loud. You want to be able to stand out or whatever. Absolutely. I want to be different than everybody else. So then I was like, you know what? I'm not satisfied with the mass-produced suits. I don't want to have a suit that somebody else can go buy off the rack, right? Sure. I was like, it'd be cool is if I had a suit made like a Cajun filet wrapper. Because of my biscuit.
So literally, this was you came
Oh,
up with this idea.
oh yeah, that's 100% my idea. So then, yeah, if you know anything about Bojangles, you know they've recently changed logos to this new logo that's actually on here, which is the reason why I got a different belt because I had the old school logo. I was
Right.
like, you know what? I'm gonna get the Cajun filet wrapper suit made. So I found a company named Shinesty that did custom suits, and I hit Bojangles up. I said, "Will y'all be okay if I have me a custom made suit made?" And they're like, "Yeah, absolutely, go for it." I said, "Well, can y'all send me the graphic for it?" They sent me the graphic for it. I sent it over. Wham, bam, thank you, ma'am. The suit came, and I was like, now I paid for the first suit. Don't get me
Okay.
wrong, I paid for the first suit. They come in, took some pictures with it. Bojangles hit me up. They said, "How much did that suit cost?"
Yeah.
And I told them. They sent me a check in the mail.
Stop it.
Reimbursed me for the suit. We appreciate everything you're doing. Thank you. And like I said, so now I had a T-shirt that they gave me that says "I love Cajun filet biscuits." Now I got the suit. I had the
Got the
championship.
belt?
Got the belt. Rolling, bro. Rolling. I love it. Absolutely love it. I would randomly get gift cards in the mail.
Yeah.
You know, I would go to the mailbox and they for some reason they'll only do $100 per gift card. I ain't figured that out yet. So they'll just send me a stack
Yeah.
of
$100.
$100 gift cards, and I'm like,
That's a good problem to have.
yeah, ain't it? It ain't for my waistline because I love it too much. So I would give them away or whatever. Then they would send me like a stack of free Bo-Berry biscuit coupons, free fries, free sweet tea, free biscuits, and I would just pass them out or whatever.
Sure.
Actually, there's a video of me online coming out from behind the curtain at a wrestling event, and I'm just making it rain.
Making it rain.
Making it rain coupons, bro.
Everybody's
And,
getting
people
biscuit
running,
crumbs.
people running out there to snatch them things up, whatever. You know, there's always some smart tail talking about KFC, Popeyes, and all that trash chicken. Bro, nobody cares about a Colonel. Ain't nobody gonna eat no chicken named after a cartoon sailor. Come on, bro. Let's be for real.
That's fair.
A fake Colonel or a real Champ, bro. It's your choice. Your choice. So I did that for a little while, and then lo and behold, they changed the logo, and I remember, dude. I remember it like it was yesterday. I rolled through and I saw the new Cajun filet wrapper. I was like,
Oh,
come on, man. Are you kidding me?
how you gonna do this to me?
Yeah. Y'all could at least gave me a heads up so I could know what the deal was.
Right.
And so I hit up my boy and I said, "Hey, man," I said, "I need another suit, dude. I'm going to get, y'all can y'all send me the logo or whatever?" "Well, we can't do that." I'm like, "Are you kidding me?" He's like, "No, we can't do that." He said, "Here's the deal, though. You got X amount of dollars. Find somebody to make you whatever Bojangles suit you want. Here is the new logo."
Okay.
All right. So I got X amount of dollars. I don't want to say how much it was. And I looked and I looked and I looked. I mean, I spent 2 months looking for somebody to make me a suit. Found me somebody to make me one. Waited 2 months. She never did it. I'm like, well, I mean, this is how easy it was. It was, hey, here's my boy's number.
Yep.
You make the suit. He'll send you the check in the mail. But the suit has to be made first.
Yes.
I mean, they're just not, they're just not. No. So she was like, "Who is this guy?" And I explained who he was. I showed her the pictures. I'm like, "This is not my first one, but I need somebody to make me custom suits." "All right, I got you. I can do that." And then, of course, it never come to fruition. So then I hit up the same company that made my original one, and I told them, I was like, "I need this suit." Then I found out, well, guess what? Because of COVID, they will only do a minimum of 4 suits at a time.
What?
Oh my God. Which is outside the budget that I had.
Of course.
I hit my boy up. I said, "Look, they'll only make 4 suits at a time." He said, "All right, send them my info. I'll get your suits made." Like, what?
Whoa.
So, lo and behold, all I asked for was the new Cajun filet suit. That's what I want. And then what other suits y'all want me to have, I'll do. So then they sent me, they only sent me 3. I gave 1 to Swimming Pool Spa's son.
Cool.
Great kid, Trey.
Yeah.
Absolutely wonderful kid. And the main reason I gave it to him is because I was at WrestleCade, which is in Winston-Salem. Great wrestling convention if you ever get a chance to go. And this dude geeked out when he saw me, bro. Had to take pictures with me, everything like that. And then the next time I seen him, he had his own custom Bojangles sweatsuit made.
No
I was like,
way.
oh yeah. So I gave him one of the suits that they made that looks like the wrapper that the Bo's chicken sandwich comes in.
Okay.
The other one has got a bunch of the chicken heads on it, which you will see a bunch of pictures of me in, because I'm going to the Cheerwine Festival tomorrow, and I'm rocking that suit 100%, and I'm going to take pictures with every single person who wants to take a picture with me. And then obviously the Cajun filet biscuit one. So got me some new suits. I'm like, hey, rock and roll. That's what's up. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
So I rocked the suits. COVID is actually going on this time, so there's no wrestling going on or anything like that. So anytime I would go anywhere, I would wear, out to dinner.
Yeah.
I rolled up to the local country club steakhouse in my hometown wearing a freaking suit.
Good for you.
Oh yeah, absolutely, bro. I don't play.
Right.
I'm not ashamed, bro. I'll wear whatever whenever I want
You're
to.
brand ambassador.
Dang Skippy, bro. The best. So,
Good for you.
So we did that. I rocked the suit, and we, me and the ex-girlfriend, got invited to the Bojangles Coliseum. I got invited twice through Bojangles. Got to meet Matt Hardy. They pitched
sweet.
Matt Hardy on some things that I can't openly discuss. With me being there as a brand ambassador, showing that, hey, look, you tag team with Bojangles, they're going to take care of you.
Right.
So that Bojangles ended up sending me a bunch of other free stuff. Sunglasses.
Right.
You see the Bojangles logos have several pairs of sunglasses, T-shirts, hoodies, sweaters, a beach towel, a biscuit pillow, socks.
Please tell me you have some sort of short video of you sleeping on the biscuit.
Oh
pillow.
yeah, there's videos.
Gotta be.
Oh yeah, there's videos of it. So the first biscuit pillow I got, my buddy and his wife and kid come over to the house or whatever, and she would not let go of that pillow. The second she seen it, she snatched it up.
Yep.
And I never got it back.
Yeah.
It's so Bojangles hit me up. They're like, "Hey, can you cut a promo with the pillow?"
Well,
I'm like, "Well, let me tell you where the pillow is." And they're like, "Are you for real?" I'm like, "Yeah." Overnight you won. So
sweet.
So the next morning or next day after work, I got home and there was another pillow. Got the promo with it, whatever. T-shirts, hoodies, sweaters, ball caps, sunglasses, stickers, ink pens, socks. It was a huge box slap full of stuff. I'm trying to think what all else was in there. Shorts, like not boxer shorts, like basketball shorts.
Yeah.
Just so much stuff, dude. And it's like, what else am I going to wear?
Well, yeah.
Oh God, I could tell you a story. I can't tell you that story because it's work related, but I've had people say, somewhere where they probably shouldn't say. All I know is he popped out and he was wearing a Bojangles shirt, and everybody knew it was me.
Correct.
Everybody knew that it was Jay-Z, and it was not time to play around anymore.
So how often do you get recognized? Not in your hometown. I mean, that's obvious. You're a superstar there. Yeah. Champ.
Yeah.
But like when you're outside.
Often. I was walking down the streets of New Orleans, 100%. Walking at no belt.
Yeah.
No belt. No Bojangles shirt. Just me, my ex-wife, and her friends walking down the thing. And a guy runs up to me. He's like, "You're Jay-Z." I'm like, "Yeah, how do you know?" He's like, because I wear bright sunglasses. I was wearing white sunglasses. He's like, and I had on one of Conrad Thompson's, Tony Schiavone's wrestling shirts.
Yeah.
He's like, "You're Jay-Z." I was like, "Well, how do you know?"
Hey, hell.
Because, like I said, I ain't got my belt with me. He's like, "Because of the white sunglasses, 100% know that's got to be you. 100%. I was like, "Yeah, it's me." So I'm sitting there taking pictures of him there. I actually did some stuff with folds of honor, folds of glory. I can't think of it.
It's folds of honor, I believe.
Folds of honor.
Yeah.
Folds of honor gives away, not sponsorships, scholarships.
Yep.
They do scholarships for kids of wounded or deceased veterans.
Correct.
Might just be deceased veterans. So Bojangles would send me to go drop off food.
I think they're a sponsor of Dan Bongino, I think.
They might be.
Yeah.
They might be.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely amazing people to work with. Absolutely. Bojangles the same way. Absolutely amazing people to work with. And, they would send me gift cards, stack $100 gift cards.
Yeah.
The local Shop with the Sheriff program in my hometown. I actually work alongside with them. They would send a stack of gift cards to give to each one of those kids. You know, and I don't ask for a whole lot, but they always come through with stuff like that that's there to help people.
That's awesome.
Which makes it absolutely awesome for me to be able to tie to them, because it's like, hey, here's a great ambassadorship.
Yeah.
Not only do I get to sling a freaking $2,000, $3,000 championship belt around.
Yep.
Get some freaking cool suits, some freaking cool clothes, free Bojangles. But now I get to help the community too.
And honestly, you could be helping kids who I don't even have food at the house, don't have enough money, because I don't know where Roxborough is, to be honest. But I don't think it's one of the wealthiest towns or communities in North Carolina. So if you're able to give out some gift cards for food for kids, man, that's awesome. You know, it's you know, being in the junk business, I didn't realize how much we would be able to help needy folks in local charities. But donating clothes and doing a canned food drive that had over 3,000 servings, you know, homeless families or families in need that were hungry is a big deal. Donating dishes, furniture to the homeless shelter. So when those folks get a job, they're able to go pick out some furniture because they can't afford furniture. So they're able to furnish an apartment or something. So it's always interesting to see what people do that comes to fruition with them, but also you can give back. And I tell people, you know, the more junk I haul, the bigger we get, the bigger I get to help.
That's right.
You know,
and in my opinion, if you're going to be big time, you've got to help big time.
You do. That's exactly right.
Do. And maybe you don't have a bunch of money to give away, but you got time.
You do have time.
And if you got time to sit at the house and watch TV 4, 5, 6 hours a night, A, you got time to work out, and B, you got time to help somebody.
That's right. And also, it's a good influence, too, on the kids. You know, we recently just helped with a local charity event that's near and dear to me, Rainbow Kids, grief counseling. So if a loved one, family member, friend passes away, how do kids grieve? They have to learn a good way to grieve and talk about it. And it's okay and it's healthy. So we help sponsor that, and we're the sweeper cars for the bicycle rides, 30 and 60 plus miles. And but I have my kids come and my wife. You know, it's a family thing.
Absolutely.
That's where I spent my birthday. That's what I wanted to do. So it's good, but it's also a good way to give back to them and other charities, and you know, it makes you feel good. It's not always about the money. No, you know, it's good to have it.
Yeah,
you
absolutely.
Know? The more I have, the more I can help. I mean, let's just be real.
But I mean, that should be your goal. If you have a good fortune, and that doesn't have to be a financial fortune,
right,
then you should be willing to help the next person.
Absolutely.
You should not be looking in your neighbor's bowl to see how much they got to eat unless you plan to pour more in there because they're hungry.
Ooh, I like that. That's some nuggets of wisdom from the Bojangles Champ.
Supremes of wisdom, bro.
Supreme.
Ain't no nuggets at Bojangles.
I love it. There's nuggets of Supremes of wisdom
right there, brother.
Damn, I like that. So
absolutely.
So what I hear is, I'm hoping, and it's coming, but I feel like Bojangles is helping you out, but I feel like they're missing the mark. My man needs a commercial. My man needs a billboard.
Yes, absolutely.
You know, and maybe even an action figure. I don't know.
Could you imagine if Bojangles had a kids meal, and then inside the kids meal, guess what came in the kids meal? A mini Bojangles Championship, just like the champ.
Dude.
Or maybe a mini figure of the champ.
That would be awesome. I feel like somebody's missing out here.
Oh, yeah.
You know, I'm not a genius.
Absolutely.
But also I could see to where, like, I don't know, Billy Corgan from the Smashing Pumpkins who owns the NWA now?
Correct.
You know, how you could link up with him, or why they wouldn't link up with Bojangles and try to do a partnership for you to be a manager.
Absolutely. And
what are we waiting on?
And I'm all for it. I am all for it all day, every day. I don't need a whole lot, bro. I'm straight up 100%. But let me tell you. So every once in a while, I'll do autographs or whatever, and I don't charge for them. I just tell people pay what you want to pay.
Right.
And I'll do a stack about 30, 40 at a time, laminate them, send them out. And dude, when people meet you in person and they're excited to meet you, dude, that is a good feeling.
It is wonderful.
That is an absolutely amazing feeling. It's just fun.
It is fun.
It is absolutely fun. And when I go to these wrestling events, I take pictures with people, and then they become friends.
Absolutely.
And I have such a good time with it. Such a good time.
Well, the thing is I think you can, in my personal opinion, you can tell that you're genuine about it. Yes, you like it. Yes, I mean, you can say it's gimmicky or whatnot, but it's something you believe in.
Oh, absolutely.
You know, like you said,
Absolutely.
you wouldn't be sitting there in a Popeyes outfit, but it's something you love. You've loved
No.
it since you were a kid. It takes you back to your grandma's chicken in the iron skillet.
It's a whole life story thing. It is
Right.
for me. It absolutely. I grew up with it. It's been part of my childhood, part of my teenage years, part of my adult life, and now you can't. People that know me can't drive by Bojangles and not think of me. They just can't. And I guarantee you, my exes probably don't eat Bojangles no more because they can't not think of me.
Okay. So let me ask you this: what is your if I'm Bojangles
All right.
and I pick up the call,
Uh-huh.
I pick up the phone. I'm calling Jay Z,
Uh-huh.
and I say, Jay Z,
Uh-huh.
tell me, what is your long-term goal for Bojangles?
Commercial. TV commercial.
Done.
Done deal.
And we'll make it happen.
Absolutely. Let's rock and roll, but that's all I need. That is all I need. A series of TV commercials. I can cut promos about chicken. I'll get in the ring and drop an elbow on some fake or Burger King. I will leg drop some stupid Kentucky Colonel. I will put that stupid Wendy in a headlock, bro. I don't care.
Right.
I don't care. The Chick-fil-A chicken, I will put him in a double underarm DDT and Supreme dip him into the mat, bro.
Supreme dip.
Supreme dip,
Supreme
bro.
dip.
Right into some honey mustard, my man. Chick-fil-A sauce my tail, bro.
So
My tail.
there's a whole thing here that I think is just being it's not tapped into. So like at the Bojangles Coliseum, have they ever had you there for any?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, yes. So
Yeah.
the AEW is the last. I was there for Fight of the Fallen and Battle of the Belts,
Okay.
and backstage, whatever Bojangles paid for my tickets and everything.
Sure.
Just had an absolute blast.
Do you have any contacts with AEW
Oh
or
yeah.
WWF?
I
or-
got Tony Schiavone.
Yep.
Eric Bischoff.
Okay.
I've got a few contacts that know people.
Okay.
Absolutely. As a matter of fact, I got my boss tickets to last time AEW was in Greensboro.
Yeah.
I got his kids tickets to the show thanks to Tony Schiavone.
Very nice.
Oh yeah.
So
Absolutely.
yeah, man. You need to be out there.
I do.
You know,
bro, I'm out there.
It's too good of. Well, you were out there, but I'm saying you need to jump on that Bojangles trampoline. You know.
Hey,
know-
Bojangles, if you want to give me a trampoline, I got plenty of room for it in my backyard. Holla at your boy. I will jump on that thing and cut promos all day long.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of fun that can be done.
Oh, absolutely,
and
man.
they can
Absolutely.
send you around and do things for kids, man.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Ribbon cuttings for brand new stores.
Yes.
Hey, every corporation, every business needs a mascot, needs a gimmick,
Yeah.
and I'm it, bro.
And you're
I'm,
it.
I'm bona fide, deep fried, delicious, bro. That's what I am, and I'm ready for a good time, brother. I'm ready for a good time.
So speaking of a good time,
All right.
describe to me the ideal best night for the Bojangles Champ.
The best. I can't
Like-
describe. I can't describe that to you totally because I'm sure it's a kid's show. But
This is not a kid show. No, this is not for kids. I clicked the no button on YouTube.
So typically, a good night for me
Yeah.
is like last night. I come into Statesville, North Carolina, looking for a good time. I stopped by the Bojangles. I got me a Supreme dinner. I rolled to my hotel room, ate my Supreme dinner. I went down to the bar restaurant down there. What's it called? The Charcoal Grill.
Yeah.
Wouldn't recommend it. Went down there and I hung out with some people. Wore my suit. People were like, "What's the deal with this?" I mean, dude, that's just what I do.
Right.
I ain't ashamed. I ain't ashamed to wear this anyway. I'll wear this thing to my mama's funeral. I don't care. I don't.
Well, you're the
care.
champ.
I'm the champ, bro. That's right. I
They
don't
can
want people
never
to
take
forget
that
it.
away.
No, absolutely. They better not try to take it away. That's what I'm saying.
So it's funny. We've won a couple awards for best junk removal company, and I put it on everything I have.
Yeah.
And they're like, "Man, but what if you don't win it again?" I said, "Let me tell you something. Does anybody ever call Mike Tyson the ex-champ? No,
No.
they call him the champ.
That's right. Absolutely.
You win one time, you're the champ.
That's right.
That's it.
Absolutely.
So
And
if you're the president once, you're the president forever.
name who else has got a fast food champion? I'm
Mm.
waiting.
Still waiting.
Still waiting. You ain't got one, bro. You ain't got one. This is it. This is a self-made deal, bro. Nobody came up with this but me. 100%. I am a self-made mascot for an amazing company that helps my community. Not only my community, but other people around the world that need help. And I wish I could tell y'all more about things they do, but I'm not privy
Right.
to everything that they do to help people. But if
Sure.
you follow Bojangles on social media, you see them giving away boxes and boxes of Supreme dinners to these kids' events. And, you know, some of it's professional athlete stuff
Sure.
too, but that's just the deal, bro. They're out there, and they're not super loud about it, which is,
Right.
in all honesty, if you're going to do a good deed,
Yep.
and then the next thing you do after you do the good deed is blast it all over the internet,
Yep.
you ain't doing it because you want to do a good deed.
Correct.
You're doing it because you want attention.
Correct.
And that ain't a reason to do a good deed.
Yeah, I know it's interesting when you own a company and you do good deeds. I'd like for the other people they can post about it.
Yeah, that's right.
You know, they can throw some shine my way or
That's
our way
right.
if they want to. But I feel like if I posted about everything I did, then it's, you know, it dulls the
Lord, and I hate to say this with a beer in my hand, but the Lord God said when he was talking about the man in the synagogue, and I don't know if you're familiar with this story or not, but a man come in, ripped clothes, head kneeled before God, you know, very humble, praying to God. And then you had the other man, the Pharisee, who was standing out with the nice robes looking up to heaven, praying loudly.
Yeah.
He wanted the people's attention. He didn't care if God heard that prayer. God heard the prayer of the man, and that's the way giving should be. You do it humbly. You do it quietly. You do it with that the left hand doing what the right hand's doing. You don't do it and boast about it.
Right.
Because you ain't doing it for the right reasons if you do.
You're exactly right.
Oh,
There's some more Supreme's knowledge.
Supreme knowledge right there.
Dang,
right there,
that's
bro.
pretty good.
It is.
What is one thing that people would not know about you by looking at you? One thing.
I got a 1440 on the SAT when I was in high school in 2001. When I think the perfect score then was like a 1600.
You got a
I got a
1440?
1440.
I'm going to be honest with you. I wouldn't have guessed that.
I know you would.
Damn, dude. That's Supreme knowledge.
It is, bro. I'm telling you, man.
Damn.
I'm telling you. And I'm a master electrician. I can do plumbing. I can do carpentry, bro. I can fix about anything in the house.
So you're handy.
I'm very handy,
So
brother.
you can build things
I can
or fix things.
I can fix things better than I can build them. I can't cut the best, but I can make things work.
So if you're at home and you need to fix something, for the most part, you don't have to call nobody.
Oh no, I don't call anybody, dude. No, absolutely not. But so me and my ex-wife, the dryer broke. She's like, well, I'm gonna call this dude to come fix it. I was like, how much did he charge? Well, it's $150 for a service call. I was like, hold up. Let me see if I can fix it. It was a thermal fuse. It cost $6 for the fuse. I said, go here, buy, and I wired it so it would work. In the meantime, I was waiting for the fuse to get there.
So wait a minute. You just went and wired some stuff.
Oh yeah, I wired it.
Do you know what you're doing?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I wired it up, and I had the thing. I pulled it out from the wall. You know, because you don't want to replace so many fuses because that's a safeguard. Don't do that at home. So I wired it up so it would work, and I wasn't worried about it. You know, I used the right size wire because I knew how much amperage it pulled. I knew how much the fuse was rated for, so I figured it would blow the wire if it really is messed up or whatever. And it ran fine. It's just the fuse was old. And we dry closed until the part could get there. I think it was like a 2-day shipping deal, and it was $12 for 2 fuses and overnight. Not one overnight shipping, but like next day shipping or whatever. Compared to $150, come on, bro. It took me 15 minutes.
Nope.
Man,
I'm
no.
calling that dude because
Yeah.
I can't. I mean, dude, I can't even hang a picture right. Nope. I can't fix nothing. I can help fix people in my real job, and I can help haul some junk.
Oh, my
But
dad,
as far as fixing something, no.
me and my dad built my first car was a 69 Chevelle that I paid $3,000 for. That was sitting on the side of the road, and me and my dad built it back up. Then he bought him 2 Chevelles that were junk cars for $1,500. And me and him built that. I had a 69 Malibu 2-door. He had a 69 Super Sport 2-door. Mine was a dark blue. His was red. And we built the cars ourselves.
Dude.
Yep.
I see even more potential with commercials than you fixing stuff. Cars, fixing the deep fryer at the Bojangles because the champ can do it all.
Bro, I would do it.
Dude, that is crazy.
Oh, yeah. I done fixed plenty of deep fryers, too.
1440 on the SAT, and you're wired. No wonder you're so damn smart. Can do all this stuff.
Absolutely.
Dude, I don't want to tell you, you almost doubled my SAT score, and I'm not kidding.
Well, I mean, you do get like, 200, 300 points for writing your name right?
I hope not. I hope that's not true, champ. If so, then I am like one wrong answer away from licking glass. So I hope not.
But yeah,
I hope that's please tell me that's a myth.
so when I went through to get my certification for work, I didn't study at all. Never didn't study. I just sat through the test or whatever and had the second highest grades in the class. I lost. My buddy beat me by 0.03 points.
And you didn't even study.
I didn't even study. And it chapped his tail so bad because he would study day and night. And he's like, "What'd you study last night?" I'm like, "Study. I'm going to take the test." I first one in, first one out. I'm done. Be waiting 20, 30 minutes for everybody else to finish the test, bro. I'm just.
So do you have a photographic memory, or you just are able to retain?
I just retain knowledge sometimes.
Yeah.
If I care about it. Some things I just don't care and I forget.
Right. Obviously, you care about wrestling belt knowledge.
Absolutely. Very true. I can tell you some stuff.
Yeah.
The next time we do this, if you ever want to do this again,
Sure.
I will bring. You've seen the belts that I bring to,
Oh, yeah.
to swimming pool spas.
Absolutely.
I will bring them, and I will be more than happy. If y'all want to ask questions about belts, I will be more than happy to sit back and answer them. But I know some things about wrestling belts.
So who is the most, in wrestling, who is the one person you've met so far that you were starstruck with?
Tony Schiavone.
Tony Schiavone.
Tony Schiavone. And
Legend.
yeah, dude. I've met Ric Flair. I have met Scott Steiner. Let's see. I'm trying to think of everybody. I met the Briscoe brothers.
Yeah.
One who recently passed away. Hulk. I mean, not Hulk. Animal with.
Yeah. Road Warriors.
Yep. That's the
Mhm.
only person I haven't met that I want to. I met Kevin Nash, Scott Hall. The only person I haven't met yet is Hulk Hogan.
Really?
Yep. I've not met him yet. But Tony Schiavone, and I don't know why Tony Schiavone got me, but he got me. And I don't know if you remember the Patriot, Dale Wilkes. When I first started watching wrestling, the Patriot was in the WWF at the time.
I'm about to say he's WWF.
Yep. And he was probably the first wrestler that I really just loved because I love the American flag.
Sure.
I love America. And he just stuck with me. And so the first time I met him, I walked by his booth 3 times. I walked by and I was like, oh. So I walked by, I was like, and I walked by again, I can't do it. So I had to go get my buddy, and my buddy walked up to him. He was like, "My idiot friend here is too scared to talk to you." And so Dale laughed, and he started talking to me, and I eased up. Me and him started chit-chatting or whatever. Then he started following me on Twitter, and he actually sent me some figures of himself that he had. And
Really?
Yep. Offered me to buy some of his trunks, but it was way out of my price range.
Right. Now, was he always the Patriot, or was he something else before?
He was the trooper in Global Force, not Global Force, GWF. Global Force is Jeff Jarrett's deal. He was the he was the state trooper. The trooper was his gimmick, and then he became the Patriot.
The Patriot. I remember him. Was his
because
blue?
Yep.
Did he wear blue?
He had Kurt Angle. His entrance music was the same as Kurt Angle's.
Okay.
And they gave it to Kurt Angle because he tore his tricep and couldn't wrestle.
Ah.
So he got released.
So you're not affiliated officially with any smaller independent wrestling circuits around North Carolina area, right?
I just go wherever people need me.
Wherever people need you.
Absolutely.
They need you.
Wherever the people are paying, that's where I'll go, bro. Money talks.
That's right. And Chick-fil-A walks.
No, that does not. Don't bring that trash in my house. Chicken shouldn't come in buckets, folks. Should only come in boxes.
Damn.
Yeah.
You've been working on this. This is good.
Oh, dude, absolutely. Absolutely. There's a reason why I'm the Bishop of Biscuits and the Deacon of Dirty Rice.
So do you have a theme song?
No.
You should.
I should. I absolutely should. I need to get my buddy Matt Coon to work on that for me.
You need a theme song.
I really do.
For real.
I really do. I don't know what it would be either. I don't have a clue.
Well, so when what music do you listen to?
A little bit of everything.
A little bit of everything.
Except bluegrass, country, rap, mostly K-Love.
Mostly what now?
Mostly K-Love and Taylor Swift. 2 totally different worlds.
Wait a minute.
So when I work out and I work out 5 days a week, run roughly 20 miles a week, it's either going to be K-Love or Taylor Swift in my ears.
I gotta ask, man.
What
is it about Taylor Swift that you want to?
She is just a beautiful woman.
Okay.
She is an absolutely beautiful woman.
Hey, man. Hey, whatever gets your biscuits off, you know.
Get the gravy rolling, bro.
That's whatever gets your
the
gravy rolling,
bro.
Hey.
She sings a song called "Dress," and
I've never heard it, but I'm gonna have to.
It's
now.
on the Reputation album. It's an older song. I think Reputation came out like 2018, 17, 18.
Yeah,
it's a great album. I had a friend buy me the Reputation album, left it in my freaking work car,
Uh-oh.
They took my work car to give me a new one. I went back to go get it like 2 hours later. I was like, oh, I got to get my CD
I
out
got
of
to
there.
get my...
Gone. 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 I was devastated. So I went and asked him, I was like, where's the CD at? There was no CD in here. I was like, I know it's the only CD I ever played in this car because I would play it when I was on the way to freaking things I can't say.
Right. That's hilarious. Somebody else, some other big old macho dude
is listening to my Taylor Swift CD.
Right. And you know who you are.
Yeah, you absolutely do. And
you know you took it.
Yeah, and if I find out who you are, it's going to be a double arm dipper into the freaking mat for you, bro. Bring my CD back.
And all will be fine.
Absolutely. I'm a forgiving man. I really am. I'll forgive anybody for anything. But yeah, man, just let me have it back, bro.
Let me have it back.
Please.
All right, couple things.
All right.
Favorite movie of all time?
Woo!
Tough, I know.
Probably, I've got 3 favorites.
Yep.
Oh, I've got 2 series that are my favorite, but I'd probably have to say The Departed.
Ooh, that's a good one.
The Departed is a great movie. Way too many turns in that movie. And the Rocky series.
Of course.
And Star Wars.
Never seen a single episode of Star Wars.
Well, you just start with the 4, 5, and 6, and 1, 2, and 3. Don't worry about anything Disney touched except for Rogue One. Rogue One is absolutely amazing. Start with Rogue One. It'll probably get you hooked.
My father-in-law's a huge Star Wars fan.
Yeah.
He's a Star Wars geek.
So my dad, when they did the special editions,
yeah,
they come out like 90s. I was in 7th grade, 7th, 8th grade. My dad would check me out of school so I could go to the dentist. And he would take me to go see the movies. It was absolutely awesome.
That's cool.
And then he would take me to Toys R Us and buy me toys.
Dude, I remember when there was a Toys R Us. See, we never had a Toys R Us here in Statesville. We had it was called something else. It was in the mall, Statesville Mall.
KB Toys?
KB Toys.
Yeah.
Yeah. Man, I always wanted to go to a Toys R Us, man.
You've never been to a Toys R Us?
Not in my life.
Not a single one?
Mm-mm. To me, it was like that thing that didn't exist. It was like a unicorn.
How do you grow? You were 43?
I'm 43.
You were born in 78?
80.
80. Holy crap, I'm old. Holy crap.
I was born in 1980.
I saw a reel today on Instagram and it said this was 23 years ago. And I was like, well, that's got to be like 86, 87. Like, nope, it was 98.
Yes.
99.
99.
I was like,
Yeah, my 25-year high school reunion's in them. Yeah, coming up. Exactly.
Ooh, I didn't go to mine.
But I always wanted a Toys R Us just to walk in and see if it's like what I saw in the movies.
Oh, dude, it was just toys.
Because there wasn't one in Statesville. I mean, where else am I going to go?
Well, that's true.
We didn't venture out too far.
In the Power Rangers before your time, I'm sure. You got your G.I. Joe shirt on. So I'm sure you were He-Man and G.I. Joe.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was too old for the Power Rangers. I wasn't really into that.
You probably had your driver's license by the time they come
close
to
That's
it.
right. Yeah.
I was still in elementary school.
That's right. You're young.
Yeah.
Young.
Absolutely.
Must be nice.
It is. It's wonderful.
It's wonderful.
I forget that I'm 38 years old, though.
Well, that's nothing.
So, like I said, I wear this out and about, and then I forget. I'll walk by a glass and see my reflection.
Oh, forgot
Where do I get wrinkles at? Why do I have wrinkles?
Yeah, well, such is life.
And then, so if y'all see me out in public and I'm wearing my suit or I got my belt, please ask for pictures.
Yeah, that's right.
I have people that will actually stand off from a distance and think they're being sneaky, taking pictures. You know what I do then? I just start posing.
There you go.
I just pose. I'm like, guess what? If you want pictures, you're going to take pictures of how I want to look.
Sure.
When you take pictures of me. That's the way it is.
That's the way it is.
Me and my mom went shopping in Walmart one day, and I wore the shirt, sports coat or blazer, whatever you want to call it, and I wore blue jeans because I just don't like to wear. Don't like to wear dress pants when I'm shopping in Walmart or whatever. And every time I go down the aisle, people be on their phones, and you could see them like this right here. I'm like,
that's it.
I don't have my belt with me.
Right.
But still, I'm like, if you want to take a picture, just ask. Obviously, if you dress like this, you don't care.
Right. If you dress like this, you don't care.
I don't care. If you want pictures, I will take one, and I'll tell people. They'll be like, well, can I take a picture? Yeah, if you're going to be in it with me, come on over here.
Come on.
Hold the belt. I make them hold the belt or whatever. And that's just, come on, man.
Dude, that's awesome.
I don't care.
That is awesome.
I don't care. I like meeting new people.
Well, you got to have that personality for what you do. Especially, Bojangles wants a brand ambassador that's not an introvert. You're an extrovert.
Absolutely.
And
absolutely.
You're all about the brand.
And, your buddy Neil.
Yeah.
Swimming pool spas.
That's right. Cold water. Delicious.
Cold on, my buddy. he walked up to me, and he's part of the reason why this stuff is picking up steam, because I would not have met you if it weren't for that. And that's what I'm trying for people to realize. Is like, I tell my friends, like, well, I'm driving out of Statesville, which is about 2.5 hours away from home, to do a podcast, and they're like, why?
Yeah. Wow.
I
Yeah.
said, because you don't know who you're going to meet.
Sure.
If you don't take opportunities that are given to you, you're never going to get anywhere.
Exactly.
You're just not. All it takes is the one right person to see this and say, I need that guy.
That's right.
I want that guy in my place. And I could talk about this now. And it fell through, but I was actually going to be in a wrestling video game. Mega Cat with WrestleQuest. Jeff Jarrett is really putting it out there. That's getting ready to come out, and we were working on a sponsorship deal with Bojangles. Did not work through, but that's what I'm saying. Is like,
just that one.
Oh yeah,
right there.
Opportunities, bro. I will take a million no's to get that one yes.
Absolutely.
Absolutely will. I don't care. What am I out of?
Right.
Nothing. Some people might think, well, you look like an idiot. I don't care what you think.
Yeah.
I don't care.
Them days are over.
Yeah.
You saw those jackwagons, the Island Boys, who made that video and made millions.
Yeah, that's right.
And, they had 15 seconds of fame.
Hey,
set for life.
Yeah, I don't care.
Right.
I don't care, dude. It's like, you know what? When I'm 80 and I'm sitting in the nursing home, I'm like, man, I had a good, fun life. This don't hurt nobody.
No, not a thing.
This don't hurt anybody. I just like to have a good time.
Nope. The thing is, there's a lot of potential there to help people.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
And I put smiles on people's faces.
How could you not?
Dude, so I went to a Man Expo at Statesville, at the States Fair ground last year. This little kid come running up to me, biggest grin on his face. He was like, who are you? And I'm like, I'm Jay-Z, I'm the Bojangles Champion. He's like, Mama! I'm like, oh crap, what the world's going on?
What's happening?
What's going on? I want a picture with him. Look at the belt. Look at the belt, Mama! And that boy had a grin from ear to ear, dude. Super happy. That's the stuff that freaking I love.
It's awesome.
I love. And any kid that enjoys wrestling and, shiny things, they love to hold the belt. They absolutely love to hold the belt.
And these belts are authentic.
They are. They are real deal. Gold and silver, real deal Swarovski crystals. They're just absolutely amazing. You can't look at the shine on that thing. Look at the shine.
Legitimately, that thing.
Oh yeah, and look at that. You can't even hear it spin. That thing is super quiet, like how you were in the 8th grade being with your girlfriend. They want your mom and dad to hear it. Super quiet. You know how it is.
Oh yeah. Well, man, I appreciate you coming on. And everybody, please.
Let me say one last thing, because I'd be doing myself a disservice. You a disservice. I didn't say this. And I didn't tell you I was going to say this or whatever. Folks, I don't care what you got going on in your life. Nothing in this world matters more than a relationship with Jesus Christ. If you got anything going on in your life, take it to the one person who can make everything better. Folks, I do not care. I don't know what else to tell you. But the Lord God changed my life, and I could tell you so much more about that, but that's a private matter. But you're more than willing to ask me about it. I'd be more than happy to tell you about it. But I promise you this, my life is so much better since October of 2020 when I gave my life to Christ.
I appreciate you saying
Absolutely,
that, man. I had no idea you was going to say that. But
there's no way I could have a platform and not say something about God.
Well, I'm glad, and I appreciate it.
Absolutely.
And, there's probably some out there that needs to hear that.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And can I get my social
media?
Of
course.
I'm Jay-Z_Graham on Twitter and Instagram. My direct messages are always open. So if you need somebody out there to reach out to and chit-chat with, bruh, I talk to people all the time. And I'm not going to tell anybody what we discuss, bruh. Sometimes you just need a shoulder to vent on, a cry on. I'm there for you, bruh.
The champ is there.
Absolutely.
So appreciate you coming on. Thank you for sharing that. And if there's anybody that wants to reach out to Jay-Z, the Bojangles Champ, maybe you need to get something off your chest. Ain't nobody you can talk to. Jay-Z's your man.
Absolutely.
So we'll put all that stuff in the description. And also, please tag somebody in this, share it, and tag the Bojangles Champ. Is it at Bojangles Champ, or do they do hashtag Bojangles Champ? What's the best way for Bojangles to see this?
At Jay-Z_Graham. At Bojangles, Bojangles. Tag us both at it. Let them know that you love what you saw. I'd appreciate it more than anything.
Perfect. All right, everybody. Thanks. And we'll see you again soon. Appreciate it.